All right, everybody. We are back once again, working on the Architins again, attempting to get this thing a little bit more done every live stream. Okay, whoops, I guess I'm inside the Architins right now, the main hangar, or the bridge. And let me hop on down here. We've got some spaces here we've got to fill up. We got some sections here. I got to put some we got to put some stuff in. We got to do some things. Otherwise, it is coming out pretty good. The engine bay area is pretty much done. We have our main airlock here on the side that we can now just take this thing and drop into just any ship that we want to. And then we're also going to be able to build some big guns, which is my primary concern today, is building some big guns for this thing. Now, what I want are some double barrel cannons that really wreck some stuff. And the plan here is to work these things over one at a time, label them, and then what I'm going to do after that is we're going to start bringing in. I'm going to have to design a turret that will work good, and then I can start just attaching that turret and then just attaching everything up that needs to go to it, which means I'll be able to do some other things while I'm at it. So, like I said, one of the things like I said, one of the plan here is to build a large turret system that I can build around and have some armor plating on it and make it, a very effective system. So we're gonna have to do that. We'll build one of these here, and then I'll see about putting it in other places. I do need to go inside though. Let's rust on down here to this hangar area because I want to see. Yeah, we'll need to put some armor paneling up here. We'll worry about that later because I'm gonna have to mess around with it a little bit, get it to work really good. But yes, we're going to make a nice turret today. So for the turret, let me see what I've got here. If everything will load up like it's supposed to. I have some options here. What I need to do first is I need to. Oh, come on. We're going to delete some spaces here. So we have plenty of room to play around with. And then I've done this once before on the pirate server. We were already building a gun like this. It's a regular gun. This time, however, we're going to try and build a double gun. Or dual gun, I guess is what we could call it. We're going to try and make something with a double barrel, at the very least. Because that's what the Arctins has. Arctins has a double barrel cannon most of the time whenever it's seen. This is going to be kind of interesting in this spot because I may have to trim this back to there and redefine that section, but it'll give us a nice look while I'm at it. Now, let's see. I also need a grinder. There we are. This one little grinder right here. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to have to fix a lot of this stuff here so it doesn't, I don't lose a whole lot of issues. Now I can easily go back and I can work on this stuff. I can fix it later. But right now I need these ground down so I can do some modifications here. Now what I might do is once I get this all figured out with one, I can then just start attaching the turret. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, copy the entire thing, which I need to delete this one here while we're at it. That has no purpose. That'll probably make things run a little bit easier. But right now, we're just going to build this turret. Now, got hinges here somewhere. Do I have hinges? No, I don't. Let's go ahead and add a hinge. So we need a hinge. When you're building these types of turrets, building these types of weapon systems, you always need a turret. And I think what we're going to do is I'm going to need an area in the ship where I need to find a control room. I need to build a control room somewhere inside the ship. And that's where I'm probably going to put the turret controller blocks at. Let's get on down here and see if we can find our hinges. Here's our hinge. Now then, I am going to probably put this here. Like so, and we're going to delete that. Because what I want to do is I want to put a medium weight block on the end of this. And we're going to put a T-junction here, smaller T-junction, and all that'll work. So this is the large one, but I can actually take that and put another T-junction on it. I think a good idea also, let's just go ahead and add a turret control block here. And we're just gonna... Not a whole lot of places we can put that turret control block, is there? Kind of used up all our spots. It's just going to be a temporary thing. So I can grab this stuff and I can do some modifications to it. So another reason we're doing this is I want to come in here and I can push hinge. This is for people, I'm going to just talk so people who've never played this game before will know what I'm doing. And we have some options here. We can add a regular large block head. We can add a medium head and a small block head. Both of these are small block. We're going to add the medium head because we can add some pretty cool stuff to the medium head. Now, we go over here to number 2. This becomes a thing. So I have this conveyor junction here. If I recall, there's a T-junction here somewhere. I thought there was a T-junction. There may not be a T-junction. That creates an interesting situation that I wasn't planning on. Let's go ahead and just do this. We'll lock this guy in. And while I'm at it, should be, yeah, a corner block here somewhere. Oh, he is not long enough. Ah, that is just rude. That's just very rude. Okay, he's not long enough for us to get our system working like we need to. So we need to come up with some other method of doing this. Let's look down here for a second. I do have a conveyor sorter, and that does add a little bit of distance there. See, like right there. And I think what we'll do is we'll use a conveyor converter. And I need to see how big well we can actually work on that there. And actually, I should probably reverse this whole thing. We'll work with what we got right now. I'll make this work. Okay, here we go. that on there like so. Slap that bad boy on. And oh, come now. Can't be this dumb. Not this stupid. Come on. We can do it. Now, the next thing we need is not a conveyor sorter. We need the conveyor converter. And actually, I also need to look at the cannon. I am doing some cool stuff with the channel, though. I've got some ideas going. Let's look at the assault cannon real quick. Let's see, how does that thing go in there? Ah, it goes like this. So if I align it like that, the cannons will look somewhat good. We'll do that then. And we'll use converter block. Oh, that's going to be an issue because that is just not big enough. That's not going to clear the, it's not going to clear this because it's going to be just smaller. Because what I want to do, well, I don't know if I can do that or not. You know what? F it. We're going to, we're going to go back to what we had before because I'm a moron who just grabs stuff and just does stupid stuff every so often. There we go. So that and that, and I'll just put a big old iron plate right there just to protect it from the front. And we are now grab the main guns we have here. Booyah. There's that, and oh, not that many. Booyah. We have two massive sets of guns that really I wish I could compress this down a bit more. I might be able to. That is looking just a little too long. I might be able to compress this down a little bit more. Let's start by deleting that. And we'll delete this here. Now, what I can do also is I could put this back here, like so. The problem I'm going to run into, well, I say I'll run into a problem. I may not. I may not. I may not. Will I run into this problem? Hmm. I may have been fine the way I was doing it. That's going to be a problem. Building this mega cannon like this. I do need to find a way to build it. But at the same time, I've also got to figure out a way to make it work. The problem is it takes like 3 blocks to pull it back. Of course, what I, jeez, how do I do this? How do I do this without resorting to a crap ton of mods? I do need something on the bottom though. Or at least I need something I can attach stuff to. Let's just send this back here. Now the major problem, like I said, is when you put this on here. Oh, no, not in there. Why are you in there? Okay. We'll add the hinge 2. Actually, we're going to rename that hinge left rear Okay, there we go. It's a left perforator. We're going to add a medium head like we was before. So now, you know, do the same thing we did before. We're going to add our conveyor sorter here because we need that to sort ammo. I want this to start force feeding cannon rounds into this. And like I said, our first problem is going to arise right here. Well, how we're going to solve that is I'm going to up armor the crap out of this thing, but it's going to push down into this, so I'm going to have to do something. You know, it's bad when the badger goes, oof. All right, let's grab these tiny little conveyors here. There we go. If I sound a little tired, I am a little tired. Not gonna lie to y'all. Things are just a little wild where I'm at the moment. Okay, so after all that, do that and this, and I'll do some kind of rotary thing that'll rotate back and forth as this thing turns and fights things. We are going to have to cut this down a bit so that we've got the room to tilt this thing. And I don't know, I may have to lift this up a bit more so that I got more clearance with this turret. So that's an issue that we're going to have to deal with. That means the actual cannon itself is going to go pretty far. But now I can basically just build. That's all I really need to do. Let's see. We've got access to all this other stuff. I can't actually just build now because this thing got all jacked up. Let's take these off. Let's take those back off. Rebuild this entire cannon section from scratch again. And instead of it facing that way, we'll face it that way. Yeah. Factorm ain't gonna know what hit them. They're gonna come traipsing in like they own the place, and next thing they know, they're gonna get smacked by the world's biggest, most ruthless cannon ever built. I'm gonna be angry about it. I don't care. Heck yeah, there we go. That, and one more here. Just like that. And let's add our guns. 3 to guns. Come on, come on. What just happened there? Why am I only able to drop 3 of those at a time. That's kind of weird. Okay, works this time around. All right, two mega barrels set up. Now the way this thing works is we are going to need these. And then we get, let's see, where's that one? 4. And then we can just add these guys on. And they'll kind of act like a muzzle brake when I fire. Like so. Like I said, let's go ahead and delete some of this armor here. You're going to have to figure out how to make all this work. Like right now, we have 2 big mega perforator cannons, which when we turn this thing on, this is going to be a nightmarish amount of firepower. Which reminds me, I need to probably put the stuff on here that's going to make this all work. Thanks for later. Yeah. Ooh. Now, how do I do the perforator Mark 1? Oh, yeah. Mark 1 has this going for it. I need to mirror tool this while I'm... Why do I keep doing that? There we go. All right. Now. There. Perfectly fine. So yeah, we're going to build these things up as well as we can. Okay, we'll do this up here. Do that top part. This is old school right here. We used to build your, people would take the big guns. They would start taking rocket launchers, and they would, back then they were missile launchers. I forgot, missile launchers. We had to be special back then. Oh look, boys, I have a missile launcher that doesn't lock on. And then everyone complained, hey, you know what? This doesn't do. It doesn't lock on to things. And so everybody kind of pitched a fit. And then Keen says, you're right. It doesn't lock on to things. Here's how we're going to fix it, boys. We're just going to reclaim it as rocket. That'll be the end of it. Look at that giant frickin' cannonade right there that's about to become somebody's major issue. Let's pull back here and take a look at that. That is a big honking cannon. Big honking super cannon right there. About to ruin somebody's day. That's what we're about to do with that. And this thing's going to have about 8 of them. About to come to back to him with day-ruining dad energy right here. Dad's got a big gun, and he knows how to use it. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, behold, beginnings of the perforator Mark II. It's doing it again. Why are you doing this? What have I done to deserve this? All right, that's one perforator Mark I. Let's go ahead and give this big gun a test fire, shall we? Let's just try and test this baby. Let's test this baby. We're just gonna have to do a little bit of work here. That's the left rear cannon. We're gonna do this all these. I wish there was a faster way to label shit. But sadly, there is not. At least not that I know of. If y'all know one, put it in the comment section, because I'd love to hear it. I'd love to know if there's like a way I can just copy and paste this crap. That would be awesome. Right now, we are dealing with, I think, 18 cannons. No, 16 cannons. 18 or 16? Questions for later. I'm in too much creative mode right now to do math. No matter how basic it might be. There we go. We're gonna get this one. If I do nothing tonight, it'll be this one cannon. Ooh. We're gonna be doing this for a while. Alright. LR cannon is up and loaded. Okay, this tells me nothing. Huh. That didn't go the way I hoped it would. Actually, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm being dumb. That's what I'm doing. I'll just start removing those. Okay, that should tell us that those are done. That they're not going to work. And I can go to... Oh, come now. So I'm guessing it's this one. Alright, there we go. Now we can start plugging this bad boy in. So, azimuth rotor. There. Elevation rotor is gonna be the hands. We have no one dough yet. Gonna go all the way down here, and you can actually do this. You can do shift and click. Just grab all those, put them in there, and enable AI on. Control. Oh, that is monstrous right there. Oh, that's nightmarish in its own right. That is terrifying. That's pretty good. Okay, but we can do better. Let me take a look at this high angle gun here because we may have a whole new set of problems. Because as I start pushing it downward, I notice I need a little bit more height off this gun. That's becoming an issue. That's becoming a big issue right there. I may have to cut this whole section down a bit and install a trench in here so that this thing can actually turn down. Now, the back end of it is clearing everything perfectly. I just need some lower blocks and some armor plating around this just so that this thing here will work like it's supposed to. Fun times. Now, let's go back into the ship here. Because one of the things I want to do, always one of the things I need to do, in one of these rooms, I need to install some programmable blocks. Let's find a programmable block here. I don't have any on here. Let's grab a programmable block. Let's grab that, put it on there. Let's see what we can do. All right, there we go. Yeah, it gives us like 3 good scripts to work with. Let's take this one first. And let's go get us a salvo script. One of my favorite scripts on here is salvo. Check code. All right, and okay. And then I need to take the one. Let's save. That should. Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Come on, it's here somewhere. All right. Fire rate. We're going to change this to true. We're going to add an equal sign there because we have messed up. There we go. So custom fire rate's 180. I think I set it to 500. 500. All right. All right. Now, I know this is not a one-to-one scaling of how the actual Architens looks, but this is what I'm able to do right now with what I got. Let's see how absolutely broken this is. Get like 500 here. All right, control. Ooh, that's nice. Behold my semi-operational battle station. I don't even know what happened there. This is just going to be chucking ammo. Let's see if we can make it go a little bit faster. Maybe. A little bit faster. Let's see. Program block. Mm. Let's put that at 1,000. See what the fire rate is off of it then. Ooh, that's terrifying. Hello, my good sir. Oh, heck yeah, that's amazing. And we're gonna keep it like that. Then it's just like, I like that. Check this out. Accuracy by volume, MFR. Ha ha ha. Now we're just gonna make this thing look cool. It's gonna be a slight problem when we try to engage something over there. It's not really that high. I'm gonna have to lift up offset. But it's hitting like a truck right now. Are we moving? Yep, we're moving every time I fire that thing. Okay, well, you know. It's a high angle assault gun, that's all it is. And we're gonna have 8 of these on the Architens. The Architens is going to be just absolutely just disemboweling another ship just because it can. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare weapon system. Oh, it's gonna terrify everybody. They're not gonna want to play with me. The Factor Arm's not gonna want to play with me when I have a ship like this. That just looks menacing. Okay, we gotta do some more work to this. All right. How are we gonna make this work better? I need to angle this down and create kind of a trench area for this thing to operate off of. So when it angles back, or I can offset the, really offset the. All right, let's give it a bit more rotor displacement. That should have lifted it up out of there. Yeah, it's about there now. So the turret shouldn't have as much issues anymore. Let's see how that works. Okay, that's gonna be somewhat unstable right there. Some fine firepower you got there. Yep. This is the FU. I'm not playing games anymore. Behold, heavy firepower. I do not have to play your little games anymore. I have big guns. It's actually pushing the ship back when it fires. I'm gonna have the thrusters on max like they do on Expanse when I fire this darn things. And there's gonna be two of these efforts when I get them on. Actually, no, there's gonna be more than that. There's gonna be 8 of these on board. This is gonna be one of the more heavily armed battleships that I have built. Let's go ahead and add. Would like to add some heavy armor on here, but I guess we'll go with light. We'll go with light because I want everything to be nice and light. There's that. Now I may do some flat paneling right here. Or actually, so I can do that. Let's say it might be better just use the flat armor. Because one of the things I can do with flat armor, these armor panels, is that I can actually create a system in which all of that is still very much connected. So that's a possibility right there. Oh, here we go. Not that teeny one. Oh, don't tell me it's going to do this now. My headphones just decide to say, hey, guess what? We're running low on power. Check that out. That's a little bit more interesting, in my humble opinion. So now we got a little bit more armor, and that looks like a battleship cannon now. If I do one on the other ships that I've got, and we build something a little better. Grex, I did see something interesting on the internet that I thought we could turn into a destroyer of sorts. We would have 8 PDCs on it. It would be primarily designed just to go F something up, and we could put about 4 perforator cannons on that thing, Mark 1 or Mark 2 variants, and just let that thing go to town. And the angles of it look like it could work really well in Space Engineers. It's from the Sojourn series, so it would be a pretty simple thing, I think, to build. Up to y'all. Okay, let's go over here and see if I can't get this on, like I did before. Fortunately, my headphones have decided to say, "Hey, battery power is getting low." Right about the moment when I'm gonna have to get off anyway. So that's good. I can just put them on the charger and just be done with it. I think we need just one more, right about here. And there we go. Perforator Mark II, ready to just start wrecking people's crap. So that's one of these. And I've got to figure out here. So this section here could probably come down a little bit. I could actually bring this down 1/2, and that would give me plenty of movement between here and there to make all of this work. Find the half block here. For here we are. Now, why can't I put this here? Ah, because I've already got a thing there. Okay, never mind. Never mind. That's not gonna work there. We'll put that there just for a little extra protection. It just looks a little bit better now. Check that out. Now I got this awesome little cannon here. Let's do to it what Dog did. See if I can replicate what he did here. I believe he also used number 8. Because Dog did something really cool with this thing. And it looked awesome. And it worked every time. Now what I need is number 4. Yeah, that looks good right there. Oh wait, we missed a small little spot there. One little piece. That's terrifying. That's something that'll scare the pee out of you real good when it pops up. Let's go ahead and fire this bad boy off one more time. See how it looks. Oh, come on. Oh, that's annoying. All right. Firing. Let me try it from here. This is only a temporary setup, so that way I can test out the weapons here. I don't have to worry too much. Okay. Why am I... Ah, there we go. That's just a big old giant FU cannon right there. Set of F cannons. Morgan Trial, hello there. Hello, Morgan Trial. How you doing? We've already started on building some of the Argatan's main cannons. We're using double barrel cannons right now with rapid fire capability, 120 millimeter assault cannon shells. It is just going to be, it is, I'm just going to blow holes in things with this thing. We're going to drive it right in there and just start, hub, 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 hub. It's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. We're going to have so much fun. I mean, look at all this freaky firepower this thing can launch just off this singular turret. It's going to hurt like nobody's business. This is, this thing here is going to hurt, okay? You can actually see the ship is kind of moving. Actually, here, let me pull here. Come on, come on. Yeah. Let me put it right about there, and you'll see. Watch very carefully. We kind of get pushed back a little bit. It's a ruthless amount of firepower, and consider the fact that we're going to have about 4 of these. My one concern, I just realized I may have a concern here. My one concern is because this turret comes out to 3. This turret's going to be in the this turret here will be in the firing range of this turret. So I kind of almost need to bring this out a little bit more. It's still going to be a problem because, dear Lord, that's going to be firing in that direction. Of course, if I at full frontal trying to get all the guns shooting at one time, that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. Well, considering the Mark II turret is it's going to be hitting kind of hard, I may be moving this entire turret over a bit. And then I may take this turret here and move it in a bit. Like 1. And then cut out sections for this so it can fire from here like normal. And this one can be over there. And when it concentrates fire, it's not hitting each other in the process. It's a bit of an issue that we've got to sit there and look at and worry about now. So we got this. Let me, we're going to copy this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to detach this from the rotor. And we're going to say detach. And then out, and we have the turret right here. And so what I'm going to do now is we're just going to cut that off right there like we need to. Now I can just grab this thing and kind of copy paste onto the ship. Now, like I said, I do want to move this gun over here. And I want to move this gun a little bit further out. If nothing else, I may just lift this gun up 1 more. So it's a little bit higher. But that'll have to be like a next time kind of thing. I'll have to take this section here and just kind of build it up. So that it's up probably about where this turret controller is. And then this one will be down kind of. And they'll be a little bit harder for them to hit each other. At least I'm giving them some more angles to work with. Actually, what I might do, I may cut this thing down and just drop that one. How close to middle is that? We are pretty close to middle. I may have to stagger the 2 bottom ones just so I can put the cannons in there properly. Actually, hold on. That's going to cause a problem. Because in order for that to work, I'm going to need extra clearance. Yeah, this is about as low as it's going to get. We're going to have to take this one, move it up a little bit higher and over here. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, the Architans will just have a crap ton of guns. This is just one of many weapon systems we're going to have on this thing. Oh, there we got our turret right over there, ready to go. I just got to label all these out, relabel everything on that turret, which won't be too difficult because I can just simply access it. Slap all this stuff back on there, and then the ship will be rebuilt, or at least the turret systems will be on. That'll be the main turrets, and then I got to figure out the side guns, which are going to be providing CWIS gun support. That'd be the only other thing I'd have to really worry about right now, putting all that together. But like I said, we're going to have to take this thing here and figure out a better position for this gun turret. I may just have to build this whole thing up, like I said, and just build a gun platform right there for it so it will function. Because that's my big concern. My big concern is making this thing functional. If it's functional, I'm happy. I can put this on the workshop and people can grab this thing and just go ham fist with it. Yeah, we'll have to take this turret here and move it up a bit more with the other side. We'll have to build this section up probably to about right here. Just build us a nice gun platform right here out of that, reshape all that, and then that'll be up high. This will be down low, and the Architans can then just start pummeling something at a distance. It still have enough depression that the gun will still be able to get down, shoot, and hit a target and tear it apart. But yeah, it's going pretty good. I wanted to get at least one of the guns figured out, but this thing's going to have 8 of these monsters. It's going to have 8 guns on it like this, and they are going. And when you run into something with this thing, it is going to ruthlessly pound the heck out of it. The other enemy that on the other end of this thing, whoever's on the receiving end of that cannon is not going to have a good day because assault cannons are already pretty bad on their own. This is about 18 assault cannons ripping through you. So that'd be about, I want to say 82. If you take this thing from the front, that's 82 assault cannons just tearing into you at one time. Trinity. Oh, looking good so far. Yeah, yeah. I'm fixing to end the stream here in a minute because I kind of got to where I need to go, but I'm having trouble sleeping. The wife and the kid have both been sick. It's been a nightmare. They have both gotten sick at different places, and now they are turning around trading sicknesses. I still have not gotten sick yet. Holy shit. I hope I don't get sick because I've been watching what they've been going through, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with that. Also, my mic is about to go out. It's making noises like, hey, we're about to shut down for the day. Hope you enjoy that. But yeah, so that's what we're doing here with this. I don't know if you've seen. I'll fly down here and you guys can check out the absolute insanity this thing is before I go. Just grab onto this. Now, what you need to realize is that this ship is going to have about 8 of these monsters. Now, the little turret that could turns, aims up in depression. Oh, look, an enemy capital ship. Take this, Clanker. I feel your half my household is sick, and it is not pleasant from Trinity. Yeah, it's not. It's not. I think I just heard one of them grab the sick. We have a we have in the household. We have a stainless steel bowl that will hold almost 2 gallons of whatever you want to mix into it, and that's our official sick bucket. And you're gonna get sick. You've got 2 gallons of vomit that can go in that thing, and it's stainless steel and it's easy to clean. I'm like, if I have to, I can clean that thing with fire if I have to. But yes, Yao's is correct. And there's going to be 4 of these on this cruiser. That's just going to tear holes in the other guy. That he's going to get in the first 2 seconds of fighting is just going to be the other guy trying to figure out how to manage a massive freaking hole that's been torn through his ship. And he's going to be sitting there thinking, I don't think I wanted this fight as bad as I thought I did. And that is the point. We want them to regret their actions. A regretful enemy is a docile enemy. I love this concept on guns. See, in A Pirate's Life, if y'all are members, you can go watch that. We built a Mark One variant of this gun, the way it's designed. You can see the front. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Mike just completely went out. I'm gonna have to get off and let it charge. But yeah, Dog, I think it was Dog jumped on there, and he's pretty good at making this type system. He sets autocannons and assault cannons behind these little conveyors here, and then he built the little thing on front. We have a Mark One variant of this, which looks awesome. What are you doing? Don't go there. Oh yes, this will hurt something. If ever I need to wreck someone's day, here we go. And it's moving up. It's got a lot of depression. Or a lot of elevation. I'm gonna have to modify that a little bit so it doesn't elevate too much. Yeah, the other guy is gonna be so boned. Oh, there goes this mic. Yeah, mic went out. I got it back up, but I'm gonna have to hop down because my head is gonna be crick. I'm gonna have a crick in my neck if I keep it like this. But yeah. This turned out better. It's little bits at a time. I wish I could devote more to the live streams, but I'm just like I said, I'm getting hammered. I have a couple of ship reviews, some builds y'all have been putting on the Discord, and I'm going to be putting it on there. Rexion, it's funny you can fire an assault cannon through a conveyor tube, but thrusters can't. Yeah, that is something that's bothered me. You can't put the conveyor tubes around a thruster. It happens. I don't know. I don't know. You might could do it if I'm thinking correctly. I think an ion thruster might allow it to happen because an ion thruster has a very small hole. It's a very small area. I think on the Space Engineers Wiki, they actually had someone actually figured out where the uh, hitbox was to damage stuff with from the thrusters. And I think the hydrogen thruster goes big. The Atmel thruster almost kind of projects like in a cone pattern, and then the ion thruster throws like a tiny little beam out. Morgan Trial, that is weird. I've got to upload like 10 grids, LMAO. Yeah, but as I said, this is Architens is turning out pretty good. I'm liking the look of it. And those big cannons almost just they just fit. I'm just gonna have to find a way to get those things on there to where they won't kill each other in the process. Because I don't need crossfires getting in the way and ripping one cannon off while the other cannon is trying to figure out how to operate. And then I've got a sorter on here so that I can access the conveyor sorters on here, and then I can turn them down to just feeding this thing autocannon ammo just constantly. So that'll work out good. Nope, no thruster can do it. Well, okay, Grexion has already tested it, and we know. Trinity just finished a pair of hover tanks. Add a small capital ship for a new faction. Oh, nice. Put that up on the Discord. Right now we have the Discord. I am currently working on Stoat. It is very bare bones. Is very bare bones. I have the network up and running. I just don't know. I don't know how to make extra chat areas, and I also don't know. It says it has other channels, but I can't tell if I'm making a whole nother chat room or if I'm making a whole nother channel. And I need to figure that out. Also, I can't do anything unless I'm on the computer while I'm doing it because the customization features are not on the app yet. They do have an app that's not on there yet. I am going to put it up there as soon as I get some stuff because I got a custom banner I've made with AI, a couple other things I'm putting in there to make it all work, and hopefully it'll all work out pretty good. I need to figure out the system to an extent to where it'll actually get, I don't know. I'm hoping I got the right one. I'm hoping I don't have something, but it's Stoke powered by Revolution, so or Revolt is what it used to be. So that's the one I'm using, and that is what I believe they said it was. It was Revolt. So we have that going for us, and Discord has pushed back the whole age verification thing. I'm going to sit on Stoat and see what happens because I'm not. We're going to maintain the Stoat system because I am not totally impressed with the way Discord has handled themselves in this little nonsense. So we're going to sit back, wait on that, and see what happens there because I don't want to run that thing and we end up having a whole bunch of other problems when if they do decide, because they said like 6 months, they're going to implement it in 6 months. And I'm like, buddy, I don't know if you're going to implement that in 6 months, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what they do. They may get there and be like, hey, you know what? This is way too much trouble. Let's not do it. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, yeah, let me finish reading some comments here. Grexion, I have tested and even Ion will burn it. Okay. All right. Well, we can't use Ion. Trinity, Yepers, I'll be uploading them to the WS soon. Yeah, they kind of cooked themselves. Yeah, the only way Discord is going to save themselves right now is if they turn around and do what Sony did after the whole Helldivers fiasco. And if Discord's listening, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, uh, you better hope that doesn't happen because, good God, the nightmare is not gonna end for a long time. I mean, there were guys in the Helldivers community who did half the stuff that they were doing was just done specifically because they had the hope they were going to make a billionaire cry. So Discord's really cooked right now. They should not have done the age verification thing. Nobody liked that. Thomas the Tank Engine had never seen so much shit in his life. So they're royally screwing themselves big time, and they just need. It's like, okay, guys, just stop. You're gonna hurt yourselves before this is over with, and it's not gonna end well. I mean, it's not gonna end well at all. But they're bound and determined to do their thing, so we'll just sit back, let them go, and see if they come to their senses after they lose a whole bunch of money, whichever one comes first. So Trinity sure as shit ain't giving them any of my ID. Yeah, I don't like that whole ID thing anyway because I have this sneaking suspicion. I was telling my wife about it. We were talking about the whole thing, and I said, I have a sneaking suspicion of. She goes, what? I said, I have a sneaking suspicion they're trying to do Epstein's Island 2.0, and they just want all the kids' information so they know where these kids are, so they can just go snatch them in the middle of the night. I can't prove that, but I have a very sneaky suspicion that's what's about to happen. I mean, you have to ask yourself those questions after all the bull crap we have seen over the years. You have to ask yourself the question. So many people got picked up over that. You have to ask those questions now. They did drop Persona as a ID identification provider after all the backlash. Yeah, they've dropped it, but it doesn't mean that they're over with it yet. They've still considered bring an ID into the equation. They just, I don't think they've figured out how to do it yet. They know they're going to get pushed back. They know they're going to get slapped down. They're just trying to figure out how to do it without getting slapped down. And more than likely, what I think they're doing is they're like, okay, guys, we're going to just take it back a bit. And they're going to wait 6 months and hope everybody's forgot about it by then. And I think they're going to find out the hard way because Sony did the same thing with Helldivers, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll wait a couple months, and we're gonna stall it for now." And they came back in about 6 months, and the Helldivers community had still remembered it, and the Helldivers community just immediately went into uh review bomb mode as soon as Sony came in there and said, "Hey guys, would you like to get a PSN account?" And it was like, boom, just dropped again. I didn't care. Like, I'll tell you this, Helldivers community is fairly unhinged. They are they're Robert De Niro in Heat. If you've ever seen Heat, it's a crime drama type movie. And then there Robert De Niro had this saying, he's talking to Al Pacino, and he's like, Al Pacino's like talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, you got a lot of things, there's so many things you could lose doing this," or something to that effect. And Robert De Niro looks at him and says, "Well, I live life by a rule. I don't let anything in my life that I can't just drop it and walk away from in the next 10 seconds." And the Helldivers community is just that. They're like, okay, yeah. If someone goes, "Hey, we're going to implement this," Helldivers community just drops everything and like, "Yeah, we don't want to play with you no more." They'll just walk, dude. They don't give a fuck. If the game dies, it dies. It was fun while it lasted. An Arrowhead now is just like, we don't want to do that no more. I can just see the Sony meeting sitting in there and like, "Hey, let's put a rainbow flag in the game." They're like, "Yeah, I don't know how they'll handle that. I don't think we need to do that shit." Of course, also the reason why you wouldn't want to do that is the Helldivers community has all basically come out and said, "Look, no country flags, no political flags. They don't want any of that stuff anyway." So I can just see Sony, Sony's just chomping at the bit of, "Oh, the DEI flags. We could put a rainbow flag in there." And Arrowhead's like, "Bro, did you not see what happened last time to our bank accounts? We we got bent over a table by our own audience. We're not interested in doing that again. That was uncomfortable." What's worse, what's worse about it is that baiting was so bad that for those of you who have not played Helldivers and are thinking about it, in Helldivers right now, there is a cape you can get. I don't know if everyone gets it as soon as they log in, but there is a cape you can get that has the Discord downvote thing on it, which shows the exact which Discord when you or not Discord, Steam, they have this thing like every so many months they'll show how much a video or how much a game has been voted up or how much it's been voted down. And you watch this cape and it's like, "Oh, it's doing really good, really good." And it's like the first week, it's first day, it's like, "Oh, it goes down." Second day goes a little more. Third day it drops like the longest middle finger you've ever seen. And then it's just like slightly going back up. It's just like slight going because everyone's already all the player base voted it down. We got the freaking cape. It's like I told a friend of mine we were talking and he said, "Yeah, I don't know if I want to go back because," and he was there when it first went down. He said, "I don't know if I want to go back." He said because when I mean, yeah, they won't do the PSN thing anymore, but there were so many other things. It's like they banned a bunch of countries, they did a whole bunch of other crap. They got rid. I was like, I started going through like all the stuff that we got. I said, okay, they reinstated the countries. They got rid of the woke person who was in the Discord or who was in the Twitter, like going after people. They unnerfed all the guns at our request. We basically just tore into them. And he's like, "Yeah, yeah," but I said, "Oh, also they're not doing the PSN." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He said, "But it's not like a total victory." I said, "Dude, we got the cape." He goes, "What do you mean we got the cape?" I said, "We got the downward middle finger vote cape of the votes because the votes actually do look like a giant. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it's like 3 days. The first day goes kind of low. The the third and fourth days are kind of equal. The second day is like a lot. It's just a Looks like the votes are flipping him the bird the whole time. And I said, dude, we got the cape for that. He goes, oh, that must piss a dude off at Sony so bad. It's like, yes, yes. The dude, that's gotta piss CEO off so bad. You got beat by your customers so hard. Like they beat the brakes off you so hard that you had to give them a commemorative cape honoring their in real life review bombing of your game because you decided to step in it. That is embarrassing. Sony just didn't like. I guarantee one thing: if nothing else, there's a Japanese guy over in Sony Japan looking at that, going, "Wow, dude, we did not expect that." Let's see here. Grexion here. If Steam were to make a service like Discord, Discord would die overnight. I wish they would. I wish Steam would make a Discord like service. They could do it. They've got the talent. They could drop some kind of Discord like system and it would kill all these other companies right overnight because all these companies are basically put in there. Discord was done as a video game chat system, so you can keep up with your buddies and everything else. Stode has still got some stuff they've got to fix on there that I'm still having trouble with because one of the problems I'm running into, like I said, I can't modify it, but I don't know how like in our Discord we have a Helldivers Discord. We have like a Helldiver section and we have a Space Engineer section and then we have a general chat. Right now, all I've been able to build in there is a general chat. I don't know how to build. I don't know if I'm building more stuff or if I'm making an entirely separate channel. And the plan was with this, I was going to have like a set of stuff up just also for the Helldivers community, also for Space Engineers. Space Engineers, I was going to have like a get together system. Oh, by the way, I've been looking into buying a server. I actually make and here's the fun part. This is where you guys are coming in, watching the videos, all y'all's watching the videos, liking the videos. So I'm actually making enough money off YouTube now that if my next paycheck comes in from YouTube, and I'm kind of flexing here for a little bit, that I would be able to do a 15-man members only Discord, or not Discord, a members only Space Engineers server. So I could pay that for a year with one paycheck from YouTube. That's how fast I'm accumulating money. So, and I'm kind of doing that three times. I'm getting paid from YouTube like three times a year because it's taking, cause they've effed with the whole thing. But I've estimated it up and I looked at what it would cost. It's $120 for a 15-man server. And I'm like, that's not bad, especially for space engineers. I could take it up to 60, but it's going to cost a whole lot more money. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a members Discord. So that'll be 15 open slots. And if y'all want to member up, so six guys are going to be on there probably immediately. And I'm going to theme the Discord channel and I'll go through and just review some of the guys' stuff. There'll be some limitations on it. Me, Dog, and Bundy were making some cool stuff the other night, and we got to talking, and he goes, I think I said, yeah, I would like to do like a server, and one of them was like, yeah, these little what we're building right now would be fun to do, and then we came up with how we could use the large blocks and build that stuff up and make some cool shit with that. So you're gonna have some really cool things, and when we do the server, I kind of want everyone to kind of start in one spot of the map. It'll be on Pertam, but I kind of want everyone to start in one part of the map, and then y'all just go out and expand and build your bases wherever you want. There will be hazards. I have a mod, if I can get it to work, that will create a hazard out in Pertam, not just the radiation. There'll be something specific that's out there that you'll have to contend with. And we'll try to plan some events on the server, do kind of like Aaron from Last Stand Gamers, and you guys can just hop on there and do something. We'll have something like every month there will be like a major event. and then we'll be dropping like smaller stuff to deal with while we're out there, or whatever. However, I can do this, I'll have to come up with some cool stuff for it. But yeah, I'm working on that right now and working on some other stuff, trying to grow the channel, give y'all some cool stuff to do while we're on it. Expand the player base, expand our little pirate crew we got. So hopefully that'll work. But yeah, I am gonna have to hop off here, unfortunately, and I'm gonna have to get some sleep because I got work tomorrow. And I don't know if my wife is going to work or if she's gonna have to stay home because she was pretty darn sick when she got in today. And I don't know. I'm worried she's gonna have to stay home tomorrow. So I hope not. She's not. She's one of those women that if she doesn't like to work, but if she's not accomplishing anything, she feels like she's not participating in the family. So it creates an odd demographic there where I have to convince her, you need to lay down, go to sleep, and she's like, no, no, I need to go, I need to do something. I have to participate in this family, and I'm like, just lay down, go to sleep, woman. It's not that big a deal. But she's wonderful like that. Anyway, as usual, everyone, I am Badger Wild saying stay safe, stay frosty. And remember, we have, if y'all are thinking about the membership, it is 99 cents a month, and you get access to all the extra stuff. A Pirate's Life is running right now. I've got videos for that all the way to June. You can just binge that crap by just getting on there. That's the first thing you all can binge on. I'm gonna have some other stuff binging, and I gotta do another playthrough. I may finish up the Lost Planet playthrough, and I may try to figure out how to set up Lost Planet 2. And I may get together with some of the guys, and we may play some Lost Planet 2 if I can figure out how to make it all work. But that's me figuring some stuff out. Anyway, folks, thank you all for watching, and I'm Badger Wild saying I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.